Hello, I am doing a spread on Natalie Holloway. She disappeared on May 30th, 2005 in Aruba. She was 18 years old on a class trip with her high school. Her high school was called Mountain Brook High. She graduated 6 days before the trip, and the case is still unsolved. She was last seen at Carlos and Charlie's getting into a car with three men. One was Vander Sloot, and then the others were two brothers, Deepak and Satish Kalpoe. They were arrested twice and released twice. Now, I pulled as the spread as the first few days she was there, the day she went missing, and then the right after she went missing, what happened. And so the first, few days that they were there, she was overindulging, having a good time, drinks with everybody else. And, everybody on this trip felt justified to have a few drinks because they were in a place where the drinking age was legal. So they were having a good time celebrating their graduation. So they all felt justified for that. And I think that that's fine too, to be honest. So I think a lot of them went in there, with a heavy energy, a fast energy, wanting to have a good time, and everybody kind of all got on board with each other and did the same thing, and everybody had their drinks and food and went out and partied and had fun and celebrated their graduation. But at some point, someone offered her later on towards the end of the trip a offer, they came with an offer or a message about something that they wanted to tell her. But the person, was a page, so they were very young, naive person. They were their earth, they had an earth energy to them with the Pentacles. So she was juggling the two ideas of going with these three men or staying with her class. She chose to go with the men, as we know from the security camera and her friends, which left her in the full energy. And I think the reason the full energy is there is because they were all drinking. They were all a little bit intoxicated. So they weren't in the best state of mind. She was probably doing things that she normally wouldn't have done because she was celebrating her graduation. And then I think that they had drugged her when she was there. And I think that is what ended up actually killing her, was the mixture of whatever the alcohol and whatever drug they might have put in her system. So I think that's why the tower is there also, because it kind of blew up on them. They tried to put this drug in there to try to just slip it in, but it ended up doing a lot more than they expected. I think right after that happened, when she left her body, she felt brokenhearted that she had just graduated. She was having all this fun with her friends, and then this person came along and basically took that away from her. And it left her feeling sad and brokenhearted that she would never be able to see her family again and her friends and do the things that she wanted in life, like get married, have children, and all that. And then there's also an older figure looking at the Three of Swords. And again, there was three men involved, but the Emperor is looking at the Three of Swords, and he looks almost disappointed, like it was a waste of time and it shouldn't have happened. And I think that's probably Vander Sloot's dad, because he was very irritated, and I think that he had to clean it up for him. Now, immediately after she left her body too, there was a Four of Cups energy and a Three of Cups energy that she felt. And I think she was reminiscing, kind of hoping, I think she was looking back thinking, I wish I would have ignored, this cup instead of my friends, other classmates, chaperones, and maybe I'd still be here and celebrating with them, and everything would have been all right. So I think that was the energy she was in right after she left her body. I think right after that, they didn't know what to do with her. I don't see any water here. Supposedly she was taken to water, so I don't think she was taken to water. I think that they tried to bury her and it didn't work, and then another person came in and was pissed off about that because it left a very obvious trail. So the air sign rushed into the earth sign and tried to fix his mistake that he made by trying to bury her. The Wheel of Fortune started turning. Like I said, the Hierophant is usually tradition, marriage, all those things, but it's backwards. So it was an unjustified thing that happened, and it was unfair because they kind of got away with it by being that they were arrested twice and then let go. Now you see the King of Swords here at the end, and I kind of feel like this is where Vander Sloot is now, because he's in jail now for murdering another girl. So I think that he's kind of looking at that night that it happened also with the Three of Cups and overindulging. If they wouldn't have given her so much drugs, then she wouldn't have died, and maybe he wouldn't be in jail right now missing out on a good life that he feels like he deserves because she had too much drugs. So I think I think he's sitting in jail basically blaming it on her. So that is my spread for Natalie Holloway, and I hope you can join me next time.